Hi, my name is Joy Apple with Orchestry Software. In today's walkthrough, I want to show you how Orchestry turns Microsoft 365 licensing chaos into clear optimization opportunities. Most organizations are spending a significant amount on their Microsoft licensing, but very few have a clear picture of how those licenses are actually being used, where waste exists, or how to optimize their spend. In this short walkthrough, I'll show you how Orchestry brings clarity to your Microsoft 365 licensing environment and helps uncover opportunities to right-size your licensing investment. We know that there are always questions when it comes to licensing in Microsoft 365. Which licenses have been purchased and they're actually being used? Do we have licenses assigned to accounts that are no longer active in the organization? Are there areas where we have overlaps? Maybe multiple licensing products are applied to the same users or groups and they're delivering the same capabilities. We wanted to bring that clarity to you, our customers, because we know if we can optimize our investment in Microsoft 365, that optimizes what we can do with that investment. So here we are with licensing optimization. From the left nav, I've come in, it's about halfway down, and you see we have dashboard and reports. Looking at the dashboard, we can see valuable numbers right from the start. Our total annual cost associated with what we're spending on licensing. Assigned company licensing, if that is appropriate or if that applies to your organization. Assigned user licensing, and the average cost per user. But you know us at Orchestry, we don't stop when it comes to surface level numbers. Notice that right here from the dashboard, I can click into and view our reports. So this particular one is possible unnecessary overlaps. And we can see here that Archie has both M365 Business Premium and Business Standard. So probably it started out with Archie having Standard. And at some point that got bumped up to Premium, but Standard never got pulled back. So we do have a potential overlap here. Now to see the other reports, I can either go back to the dashboard, or in fact, I can click on Reports in the upper right-hand corner. If I click on Reports here, these are the initial reports that our licensing optimization capabilities are shipping with. One that I think is always very interesting to look at is inactive and disabled users. So these are accounts where the user is perhaps no longer even employed at the organization, but we're still paying for the licensing. Sometimes we understand that's a scenario that's just going to happen, but likely you're going to see the potential for some savings here by pulling back those licenses assigned to disabled accounts, inactive accounts. This time when I click, I'm going to go back to the licensing dashboard, and let's get an even better overview of everything that's available here. One of the top licenses that is being discussed these days is the Copilot license. You can absolutely go into your environment, see the total number of licenses that you have, how many of those are assigned. Come back down again, we're going to give you different breakdowns of the data around your licensed users, your total licensing, and how that is applied across the organization. And then your top licenses by cost. Now you may be wondering, how are we getting these numbers? That's an interesting question because we actually cannot scan and see what you're paying Microsoft for your licensing, right? That makes sense. Under Settings, I can come in and go to Licenses. We have a little bit of setup for you to do here because the size of your organization, the type of organization you have, all of those impact what you pay for your licensing. And there's also a lot of licenses that are just here that may not actually be useful or impactful for you. So you can decide whether or not those get included in the data for your licensing costs. For example, it's not uncommon to see this Windows Store for Business license here. There's a lot of them. We are choosing to exclude that from the dashboard. It's not a paid for license, so that's zeroed out. And you'll notice, since Orchestry is in Canada, this does say CAD. If you are located in a different region, this will reflect your regional currency. Keep scrolling down, you can see that a little bit of effort here to input the actual numbers that you pay for the licensing that you have. And then it's a quick save, and your dashboard will calculate based on those numbers. So as you can see, instead of relying on spreadsheets and manual analysis, Orchestry can bring to you a transparent overview of your licensing stance inside of Microsoft 365. No more manual audits or scattered reporting, just clear insight into how your Microsoft 365 licensing investment is performing. And if you would like to see how this works in your environment, then reach out, connect with us, and we'll be more than happy to explore how Orchestry's licensing and reporting optimization capabilities can work for you.